Howdy, folks. Welcome to Valheim. This is a game that I played a while back. By this time, it's been at least half a year, I believe. I think I think I stopped playing. Um, there were like quests just being handed out. I don't remember exactly. Um, but I never really got to do much with it, um, and everything like that. So I thought I would just go ahead and start a brand new game for no particular reason, really. I had a slot open for a new game, and I just decided that this would fill it for the time being. So, here, let me just get right into it, and we'll start a brand new game. So, first off, it's going to take a little bit for this to actually get started. It takes a little bit for the world to generate to begin with, but once we get going, it should be all fine. Um, but I'm not sure why it's taking as long as it is. Oh well, that's fine. It can take as much time as it needs, as long, well, I say that, but as long as it's not going to take, 10 minutes or something. Okay. Um, so here I am. Um, that figure out my keys. Nope, not those. There we are. All right. So here we are. We're in a circle of stones. If I recall correctly, oh, it's day one. If I recall correctly, like these are the bosses that you will face throughout the game. Um, and the map is fairly large, you know. You've got quite a bit of area to explore. Um, so, everything should be fine. The settings, just in case you're wondering, are all just normal. Um, I haven't changed them in any way. It's not modded, anything like that. So this is just a straight basic playthrough. Um, and I'm not going to be rushing from boss to boss or anything like that. I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna find place to build, that sort of thing. So I suppose let's just get started. Hugin, welcome to the 10th World, Warrior. I'm Hugin, sent here to guide you in your travels. The megaliths surrounding you are the sacrificial stones. They represent the Forsaken, which you must slay in order to ascend to Valhalla. Oh. Alright, how do I get rid of the text? Just walk away, maybe? Alright. Nope. Or just turn away, I guess. And they disappear. Well met. This stone is a Vegvisir. These magical stones were scattered throughout the land by Odin as signposts pointing toward the ritual ground of the Forsaken. If inspected closer, this one will reveal the summoning place of Kthir, your first prey. He is a mighty beast, so you need to properly arm yourself before even attempting to defeat him. Alright, so is to the southeast, it seems. And the day is finally getting bright enough to see. Over here, beware of the weather. When the temperature drops at night, or if you are wet, you will suffer from being cold. This reduces your stamina regeneration. Seeking shelter by an open flame is your best option when this happens. So... Oh, and this time you didn't disappear. Flew away and disappeared. Okay. So, my health bar is that red bar in the bottom left. It says 25. This little yellow bar underneath me is my stamina bar, but it only shows when you start using stamina. When it's full, it is not necessary. So, for the time being, I have... Here's my inventory. I have a tunic, I have a torch. And over here, it's back again, take stock of your inventory. Most items must be crafted. However, to your recent departure from Midgard, you will have to recall the true shape of objects. Just pick things up and it will all come back to you, I'm sure. My lesser brother, Munin, tells me one can fashion a stone axe out of wood and stone. So of course that's just how you get things started. Looks like there is, just a branch here for wood. And as you pick things up, you learn how to craft things that require that item. And so right off the bat, I can craft a stone axe, a club, or a hammer just from my inventory. So I'm going to need more than just one of each. So I might have to just look around a bit. And, just basic survival mechanics. You find something, you pick it up. Pick up enough of it, and you can craft whatever you need. I'm just... Oh, this is for tree felling. Oh, there's some mushrooms over here. There we go. Item mushroom. A tasty morsel. You have found a snack. Consume it to improve your health and stamina. Be aware that before long, you'll grow hungry again. So try to always have at least a couple of different meals ready. So, this mushroom here is a balanced food. So, if I consume it, it gives me both an equal amount of health and stamina. It lasts for 15 minutes, and I regenerate 1 hit point per tick when I am injured. I'm not going to bother with it quite yet because, well, it is survival, and as long as there is nothing that I need to worry about... Oh, there's a steep cliff here. Then... then I don't the extra health. But we'll see about that in a little bit. So I have enough to craft a stone axe. So I'm just going to do that. And right away I have the very basics for chopping down trees. Just to make sure he's not, about to just tell me how to cut down a tree. So another thing is I have skills. Oh, And there's the danger I was just thinking about. Alright. Let's head back toward the center over here, where it's probably a little safer. But as I was saying, I have skills. So each skill is improved by using it. Wood cutting and axes are kind of different. Axes is the amount of damage I do with an axe. Wood cutting is the amount of damage I do when cutting down a tree. So both of those will stack when considering chopping down a tree. And of course the number that shows up is the damage that I am doing. Now you do need to be careful because trees do damage when they fall. So you don't want to be hit by a tree. Oh, and that just rolled right on down the hill, did it? It did. Okay. Well, that's fine. And of course, right at first, everything I do is going to be a little slow. You know, brand new character and all. Hardly know how to do anything. But we're just doing this to grab some wood right off the bat. Do I have... Alright, so a stone axe does 15 damage. Club does 12. And they both use the same amount of stamina. So I think I'll stick with my stone axe for now rather than building a club. I think the benefit of the club is that you don't need to waste your stone right away whenever it breaks. I do need to worry about stamina recovery. There we go. And then I'll also take care of the stumps too, because, well, they do get in the way. And I think they provide more wood as well. So, just a little bit. And of course it also improves my skill. Now, I don't believe that there is any way to improve your health and stamina base values. So, it will entirely be based upon the kinds of food that you can craft. Or scavenge, I suppose, would also be a proper word. But I do need to make a hammer. Technically, I suppose I should make one of everything. Club, I'm not going to use just because, like I said, I already have the axe here. And for the moment, it is good enough. And goes running off. And if he's gonna run off and leave me alone, I'm not gonna chase him down quite yet. I am just trying to survive at the moment. So, and whenever you have enough to craft something, it will highlight in white. So that's when you know that you have enough. Learned how to make new things. Wonderful. And here we are with Hugo. We've crafted a hammer. With this tool, you will raise mighty halls and towering fortifications. Start by building a workbench. This, in turn, will enable you to construct other things. Alright, so... like this is... I don't know, it seems like I am in an elevated place at the moment. So let me just kind of have a look around this way. Looks like there's a bit of a clearing. There's also raspberries. Is this the same guy? It is. Is still wounded, so we'll just take him out like that. And now that I've found this many raspberries, I'm going to go ahead and eat one of them. It is a stamina food rather than a health food. So it provides more stamina than health. So now my max stamina is 70. My max health should be 32, but I have to heal up to it. Oh, there's a rock there. So as time passes, and these apparently only last for 10 minutes rather than 15. So at the moment, I'm just kind of looking around, seeing if there's a good place to start building up a place to sleep, that sort of thing. Because while these are fairly open, they're also a bit hilly. So, you know, maybe over here I can start something, just something small. Just to get myself started. So, I suppose I need to equip the hammer. And then here's our crafting menu. So you have miscellaneous, you can craft 3 different things, and then you can repair. Each of these has the minimum of 1 repair, so really only 2 things to craft. And then I can just find a place where it allows this to be crafted. Oops. And then we get a bunch of new stuff that we can craft. It looks like a bunch of building stuff. So, you have built a workbench. A workbench allows you to craft complex items. They just keep going and going and going. As well as giving you access to a lot more building pieces to construct with the hammer. Off he goes again. Alright, so now we have a lot more things that we can craft. We can craft fences. This is still the same, but a lot of building pieces. All of it requires wood and a little bit of furniture. So chest for storage, a bed for sleeping, that sort of thing. And then also, to get out of that, crafting station needs a roof. Okay, so in that case, I need to start building. I will start with a wall. How much do I have? I have 17. So we'll start building a small little place. Just right here. Nothing too big, just enough to give me a place to sleep and a place to a place for the crafting bench, I guess. It's going to be really small to begin with because I only have so much wood. In fact, I am out of wood. So we're going to have to get some more. Trees are nearby. I'd like to do this fairly quickly because it does get more dangerous at night. There's some right here I can just grab. Don't have to fell a tree first. There we go. And actually these also provide wood. So it's a little quicker. But, you know, if you like them as decoration, then most likely you want to leave them. Personally, I don't really care one way or the other. I'm more of a utility person for the most part, but you know. Oh, and here's another one of these guys. It's just running off. Okay, we'll let him for now. Because I just want to build this. Now, this is a door, and this is a gate. I always feel that the doors are a bit small. I don't know why. It's probably just because it's square. But, oh, now it's nighttime. And this guy's returned. Oh, missed it. There we go. Back to building. And actually, if I do this, then I am inside the house, kind of. So they can't really reach me from here. At least not easily. Oh, I'm out of wood already. Alright, well. Alright, this takes a little bit more wood than I recall. Still. It's all fine for now. Just cut down another tree. Oh. Oh. Never mind. Might need to craft another one. Alright, and now it is technically nighttime. So. Here we are doing things Minecraft style, punching trees. Alright, that should be enough wood. I need some more stone. That's not one I can pick up. Let's bring out a torch. Maybe it's a little easier to see. And I can use it as a weapon as well. I had thought that you could use the repair bench or the workbench to repair things even if it's not undercover. Maybe I just didn't have any stone. Hold on. Let me check here. No, it just says it's a roof. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna need to find more stone. There's a couple right here. Is that enough? No, I need one more. Let's check over here a little bit. It's hard to see them sometimes with all the foliage. Oh, but there's one right at my feet. Okay. So let's make ourselves another axe. And hold on just a moment. Sorry about that. And something caught in my throat. So, got another axe. I'll just go ahead and I think this is the tree I was chopping down. Not certain. Might have been one of those other ones. All right. Get this. We'll chop it in half. My food is now consumed. I'm just going to go ahead and eat another one. I do have plenty of berries at the moment, so that should be all well and good. Was hoping to have this built before nighttime, but looks like it will take just a little bit longer. I might even have to cut down another tree to finish everything off. We'll see. All right, back to home. And just start off with all of this. And then just a corner. Nope, that's not quite where I want it. I get a better ones. There we go. And go with one of these, like so. And of course one for the other side. And we'll finish it off with a couple corners. Again, nothing great for the moment. It's just the basics. All right. Do that. And there we go. I don't remember that being the button I use, but that's fine. Inside here, we'll go ahead and set one up right there. And it looks like I missed. Oh, I am, in fact, out of wood again. All right. Let me just get a little bit more. I think I saw right here was another fallen log. Or two. All right. And that should hopefully be enough to build a bed, and I can sleep through the night, and you'll be able to see again, and I'll be able to see again. So furniture, need a bed. Just fit it. Oh. Oh. Hello, Hugin. A headrest for the weary. Sleep the night away in your bed and awaken feeling refreshed and full of energy. Another improvement to your home, be some chests where you can store items. It's good practice to always have some spare equipment if something unfortunate should happen to you while exploring. Alright. Bed needs a nearby fire. Alright. Oops. Then a fire requires more stone. So I'm gonna have to go look around for some more stone. Let's get the torch out again. Was that a stone? That was. They are hard to see. A lot of times I actually play with less grass just because it makes it much easier to see things on the ground. Alright, that's 4. One more. There we go. We're going to build a fire. Now, to begin with, we're going to build a fire outside. So, it's not going to be great, because when it rains, the fire's going to go out. But for the moment, I can go ahead and sleep through the night. During the night, get a dream. Doesn't last long enough to read. So, there we are. Morning again. It will, it is a little dark to begin with, but it'll get lighter fairly quickly. Okay, so obviously I need to expand on this. It is way too small, but I just needed it to be able to repair things. And let me see, is there anything else I can upgrade which will increase its damage, and a couple other things, ever so slightly. So I need some more stone. I also need to get... Oh, right, I can zoom in and out. I'm used to scrolling to change weapons, so apologies for that. And of course, just starting out, all my skills are going to be increasing fairly quickly as I use them. But I will gather some stuff. Oh, here's another enemy. To upgrade and to expand. So it said I needed some rock, and you know, normally you have a pickaxe to mine rock, but we don't have that yet. So the only thing we can work with is softwood. So softwood is most of this that you see around. Oh, and it's decided to be foggy today. Wonderful. I do like weather in games. I gotta say, fog is my least liked weather of all, though. Not because it makes it hard to, you know, uh, well, I take that back. Yes, it's because it's hard to see things. Like, I don't mind that I can't see enemies approaching. I don't mind things like that. I mind that I just can't see things in general. So, like, if I am describing something or trying to describe something while I'm streaming, it just makes it difficult because you just can't see anything. You can't enjoy all the beautiful things that they decided to put into the game while it's foggy. Looks like I will need to eat some more. What's this? Seeds, right. So I'll need to plant some trees here as well. That's just the 2 stones I need to upgrade. And also, before I forget, I should mark this as home. I mean, it already has a little bed symbol on it. But do that. Can I make the pen larger? I could swear symbols used to be larger. Oh well. Yeah, that's fine. Let's upgrade the axe first. Oh. Right, I guess I can't. Never mind. I need to upgrade the workstation in order to upgrade the axe. So, I'm just dealing with basic tools for the moment. Yeah, so let me have a look here, see what kind of things I can make. So nothing much there. A cooking station probably be good. Just place this over the fire like so. And this is all home stuff. And the storage crate would also be good. And right now we'll just set it outside because, well, right. Forgot another thing is the default keys for putting things in, everything into a chest automatically is the same one as my use button. So I can't actually make use of that unless I finagle it a little bit. Okay, so I can make arrows, but I cannot make a bow. So I'm gonna have to go out and do some foraging, some hunting, and, just a little bit of exploring. Just to see what's out there. To the east at this point is Eikthyr, so I guess that would be a good place to start. I'll gather some rocks whenever I see them, because I can't just mine them with a pick or anything quite yet. And so scattered about, of course, are some ruins, things just to explore. Um, and, just a variety of things that you can find. There's hidden treasures. Of course, there's enemies to be found. And then over here, this is a birch tree, obviously. Um, Even though I have a axe for chopping wood, a birch tree is considered hardwood. So I cannot harvest it yet. I think that there are some ways to get around it, but they're a bit dangerous, and I don't necessarily want to do that quite yet. Also, when I come across like a large bunch of things like this, I might just put a pin down and just remind myself that there's a bunch of mushrooms there for when I need to restock my supplies. That's just a branch. I'm not going to worry about picking up branches. Stones for sure, but branches, I can just cut down a tree or cut down any of these things to get it. And then again, it's unfortunate that it's well, there's at least 3 mushrooms here, so let's do that again. And over here, I was told is where Eikthyr, like a shrine to Eikthyr is. And here's some more mushrooms as well. So, again, sorry for taking a moment to mark the map every time, but, it can be important. Bunch of trees around here also. Oh, and, Hugin? Yeah. Calling forth the beast. You have found the summoning place of one of the Forsaken. Make the correct offering at their altar, and they will come. Be wary, though. The Forsaken are not easy prey, so craft a wicked weapon, don your finest armor, and eat a hearty meal before engaging them in combat. So, this is Mystical Altar. And it says hunt his kin. So, he is in the shape of a stag. So therefore, it is wanting me to provide something from his kin as an offering. I don't remember how much is required for an offering, but I want to say 3. 3 trophies is what I'm looking for. But deer are not the easiest thing to hunt right off the bat. I'm sure it can be done. Why am I up so high here? It's like the starting place was on a near a mountain, but like the train doesn't really seem like it is mountains. Although I just saw on the map here, or right down here, and boy, is the ways down. I'm not certain I'm going to be able to get back up this. Right over here is some water. So this is good. It lets me know that I've found the edge of the island. And I am most definitely on an island. Oh, flint. Right. New stuff. So I can now make a chopping block and a flint axe, which might be an upgrade for the stone axe. Or it just might be, different. Alright, just gonna go ahead one of each of these. Just because I've found a few places for mushrooms at this point. And I am okay with eating a bite or two. There we go. Now, I do try to stay out of the water if I can. When you are soaked, your stamina does recover much more slowly. There's a little, I want to say lean-to, but I suppose it's a house. It's got a treasure in it. So we've got money. I can now craft coin piles. And I'm just going to leave that there. I don't need another torch right now. But I am going to, well, alright, so now I am soaked for 2 minutes. Another reason I don't like going in the water is when you start swimming, you put your weapons and stuff away automatically. So it makes it difficult to fight when you're in water. Alright, we have 5 flint. Should be able to make a better axe now. But I do also want to kind of just travel along the coast here and see how big the island is. Like, you can see off in the distance, at least, whether it's more of this island or another island that you'd have to sail to. Looks like it might be part of this island just because it looks like it connects over there. But I just want a little bit of an idea of... Oh, slipped into the water again. I just want a little bit of an idea of how big the area is. Because this is all like randomly generated. So depending on the seed that you use in the world, you can get different results. Like, my first solo game, I was on a small island, so there wasn't much for me to explore, and I had a little bit of difficulty progressing because I needed to sail to find some better stuff, and yet my first multiplayer game, their islands were large enough that they basically connected together. Like, there were a couple places where it looked like it was supposed to be the edge of an island, but it was just right next to the next island. You know, it was a little bit of water, and you could just walk right across it. So, and I'm not talking about like a river or anything like that. There wasn't even that much space in between. But, you know, you get different results. And I just want to make sure that this is okay for me. You know, I'm not going to restart or anything, but it will help me decide on what I need to do going forward. And it does actually look like, well, again, I was going to say it does look like it is not part of this island, and it still might not be, but it certainly looks like it's could have been. Also, the Yggdrasil tree roots are all just right above us. Alright, how are we doing on supplies? 20 stones, 11 flint, and it's starting to get to be nighttime. So, I'll probably start heading my way back here in a moment. Alright, hold, traveler, and bear witness to my warning. We are many who have come before you, carried here by Odin's will to do his work. The path ahead is hard and the dangers great. If you hold your life dear, keep to these meadows and make your dwelling away from the trees. Fear the Horned One and the creatures he will send against you. Okay. Let me just have a look. Home is this direction. So let's just kind of make a beeline for it at this point. Because it is getting dark. And that means it's going to be more difficult to see. Although, there are some boar right here. And boar can cook up to be some good food. And apparently a bow. So I'm just gonna take a moment to grab some more supplies and then continue on my way home. Because with a bow, fighting will be a little bit easier. I mean, talking about the difference between ranged and melee. Ranged is usually what you want to start with in most situations. Alright. Yeah, that's home. Overshot it by a little bit. And I would like to find a flatter place to make base. But for now, this works. Close that. I'll go to sleep. Once again, pass the night by. No dreams tonight, though. And it's morning. So, I guess leather is what's required for a bow. Let me take a look here. So, crude bow is going to require 8 leather. So I'm going to need to go hunting. A shield is also going to require some leather, but I think it'll be worthwhile. Then I also need to decide on what kind of weapon I want to wield. So there are various ones. I could stick with an axe. It is slow, but, you know, I will almost always be using an axe, you know, to cut down trees, if nothing else. A club, I think be considered like a mace or something, or just one-handed weapon. I know that there are various one-handed weapons, but I think a club would be considered a mace. A knife, of course, is a knife. Its benefit is that it does both slashing and piercing. Um, so various creatures are weak to different types of damage. So you have like slashing, piercing, poison, um, blunt, I believe. Yeah, or like a club. Um, and then other types as well. Uh, but I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. Spear, be nice for the range. And I don't have to stick to any single weapon. The problem is knives and spears, bows and axes and clubs and swords, and apparently fists, all have their own skill. So you kind of have to choose one or two of them um, to focus in. Otherwise, you're going to be spending a lot of time um, training up your skills. Um, and so, how skills work is it goes from 0 to 100, 100 being the best you can be, 0 being the worst, obviously. Um, and then every level you get a small benefit. And while I'm doing this, maybe I should close the door, just so I'm not attacked out of nowhere. So you get a small benefit to the weapon in the case of weapons, or to the amount that you can block in a case of shields, um, jump height, that sort of thing. And so the higher your level, the more experience you need to level up the next level. And I believe around level 75 is about half the experience, give or take a bit, of course, um, to get to level 100. So the last 25%, of the last 25 levels, is going to take you as much effort as the first 75. And that's all well and good. But when you perish, the penalty for being brought back to life is you lose 5% of all your skills. So, that's not much when you're at a low level. But when you are at a high level, like level 100, you lose 5 levels, bringing you down to 95. Which is, I mean, I suppose it might not be that big of a difference, but it is the amount of effort that you've put into it versus the amount that you are getting out of it, I guess. So, I'm going to try not to die. I will, of course, die many times during the game, but we'll see. For the moment, though, I'm probably going to make a flint axe, which has a slash of 20 versus 15 for a stone axe. And then just gonna put the stone axe away because I have a flint one that does better. Now, I saw that I had more recipes that I can build by picking up all the items. So I can now make a standing wood torch, don't need it. Nothing in here that I can see. But the chopping block is what I was interested in. It's a workbench improvement. It requires 10 flint, which I have used a bit to just make a new axe. So I'm going to have to go get more flint. And I also can now make a raft. So I can now sail to other islands if I need to for more exploration. But for the moment, it looks like I need to go and oh, also, before I go, I need to go hunting boar and get some more flint. Also, I need to cook the boar that I obtained. And you do actually need to cook it in this game. Can't just let it sit like in Minecraft. You can't just put it in there and once it's done cooking it gets set to the side. Here you actually need to cook it. And once it's cooked, you need to remove it from the fire manually. Otherwise, it will cook even further. Alright, now boar meat is a health food. So now we have one of each type of food. You have mushrooms, which are balanced. It improves both stats evenly. You have stamina food, which improves stamina better than it does the health. And you have health food, which is just the opposite, improving your health better than the stamina. And each of these are different, so it's not like they all last for the same amount of time, things like that. The boar meat is, at the moment, probably the best one out of the bunch. Just because it lasts 20 minutes. It regenerates 2 hit points per tick. And gives me a lot of health, at least for this point in the game. So I'm going to leave that as some food just for emergencies at the moment, because I only have 2. And I can get plenty of berries and mushrooms for the moment. And another thing I might do occasionally is I don't necessarily like the fog of war. So I may just explore parts of the map just to remove it from the map. But we'll see. But also it does tell me which parts of the map I've been to. And we found some flint right in there. If there was one more piece, I would have turned around and went back already. Well, no. Because I now have a flint axe, it will require flint to upgrade. I don't know if it requires it to repair. I think repairs are free. Like there is no detriment to repairing equipment. So, oh, there's another treasure. More arrows, some feathers, which will unlock, or I thought would unlock new recipes. Maybe not. Maybe they require more items. And a little bit of something I'm not happy about the game is you actually need to find someone to sell you a fishing rod. So you can't even start fishing until you find a merchant, which, since the game is completely random, you know, it may be forever and a day before I find a merchant. there's a bunch of mushrooms here. So right now I'm just looking for food. I'm looking for supplies. Looking for dungeons. Looking for boar mainly, because I need more leather. Now I know that you can tame boar. But I don't know if I will right off the bat. You know, I don't know if it's worthwhile. It probably is in the long run. But, you know, I also know that sometimes a little later. Oh, there's some or a deer. Let me see. No, I can't. Ow. I don't have the stamina to try and chase a boar or a deer down at the moment. So, for the moment, I have to stick with this. I got a boar trophy. Gonna have to wait until I have a bow and arrow to start hunting deer. And then eventually, I'll be able to hunt them down. Or chase them down. But right now, my stamina consumption is just not good. I consume too much stamina right now. So I can't easily chase them down. Especially when they see me. I could also try to be stealthy. You know, I can just duck down like this. And improve my sneak. Got me close enough to hit it once. Maybe I can. Yeah, I can hunt it down. But now it's going to run off. And for the most part, enemies are persistent. Oh, there it goes again. Can't run up the mountainside all that easily. So I'll chase it back this way. Alright. Now I'm hidden. And it's walking away. It's the only reason why I'm still stealthy. Oh, right. I forgot that part. When you're sneaking around and moving, you actually consume stamina. And until you're no longer sneaking, you don't recover stamina. So what just happened there is I snuck all the way up to the deer just fine, ran out of stamina, and could no longer attack it. So let me see if I can find it again. Also, we're gonna have to take care of this guy. Alright. There's that deer. And by the looks of things, it might have spotted me. Good enough. Oh, or not. I need to get better at that. But my stealth is up to 5. I do hear something nearby, though. Anyway, not worth the time to try and stealthily hunt that down. I'm just gonna go ahead and keep on running around searching for stuff. Oh, for a moment I saw the boar meat. I thought, wait, did I just eat one of them? No, that one's raw. Alright, one thing I do like to do when exploring is just follow the edge. Alright, hold on. Get my stamina back. For some reason I'm having trouble. There we go. I like to follow the edge of an island around just to mark it map-wise to see how large it is, and then kind of fill it in as I explore. So that might be one of the first things I do. And there's lots of berries here. And I should be marking the berries as well. I didn't mark any of the others I found yet, but excuse me, hiccups. But that's just fine. Yeah, this island I started on is a fairly high elevation, like for the area. Not high elevation as far as, you know, the world elevation goes, because that can go very, very high. But it is turning night at this point, so I should make a quick stop back at home and have myself a nap. Where's home? That way. That way I'm not out in the middle of the night. It's not so dark. There aren't so many enemies wandering around, which, by the way, I believe Hugin said earlier, monsters will spawn more at night. Hey, I got one. That gives me deer hide and deer meat. I forgot that deer meat was a thing. I think that was just a newer thing that they added, is different meats for different animals. So another thing that can happen is you do get you do have sneak attack damage. So if something is unaware that you're there and you hit it, it will do extra damage. And the extra damage is dependent on what type of weapon you're building. So, like, I think most things, like an axe or a sword or something, have fairly low critical damage. But things like knives and I think there's a couple other things like small blades, things like that, have a higher crit damage because they're meant to be, you know, hidden weapons, fast weapons, things like that. Now I see the glowing eyes of something following. So I'm just gonna go inside, go to sleep. And I dream. Again, doesn't last long enough for me to read it all out, so I'm not going to. And I'm sorry for that. Oh, but here we are. The workbench, repair everything except the torch. Because a torch is burning, you can't repair things that are burning. And I have to build, where was it, crafting? Yeah, chopping block. So building a chopping block within range, you can kind of see the little sparkles going off to the right, which means that it is connecting to the nearest workbench. So, like that is now connected, and it has upgraded my workbench. So now I can craft new things. So, this requires deer hide for leather armor, leather helmet. All of it requires deer hide. I was going to upgrade my axe though. So the only way to tell the differences is just by hovering over it. So the difference is going to be durability increases by 30 points. Damage is going to increase by 5. Block force is going to increase. And that's about it. So, I'm just going to go ahead and upgrade that. And now I need a better workstation to upgrade it again. But I am able to upgrade it. The hammer, the benefit is more durability. So, you know, might as well upgrade that as well. And then a rag tunic, I would need more leather. And that would increase my armor by 1 and the durability as well by a certain amount. But since I have access to leather tunic and leather pants, it might be more beneficial for me to do that instead. Fire arrows require resin and now start requiring feathers. So your basic wood arrow just requires wood. It's apparently just a wooden stick. No feathers to help it fly straight or anything like that. But it's cheap and easy to make. So I may stick with these for a while until I have a good supply of items to make better stuff. Well, I think the bow is my first thing I want to aim for, because that will assist in acquiring other things. Excuse me. It will help acquiring other things easier. I won't have to run up to everything to attack them. Oh, here's another boar. Looks like it did see me. So, I'll just do that. If I think about it in the future, I will. Or maybe this guy saw me. Another thing is when you knock something or off guard or stagger them, they are susceptible to critical hit damage. So, as I was talking about before, knives usually have a better critical damage or backstab damage. Axes apparently have a ×3. So, when something is staggered, then I do 3 times the damage to it, and I hit it. And yeah, the deer are just a little too fast for me at the moment. But that will change as I level up my running skill. So the running skill is going to make you a little bit faster and use a little less stamina per second. So I do try to run everywhere I go just because like in which one was it, like Morrowind or one of the Elder Scrolls games. Basically, the more you use it, the better you are at it. So, always be training up your skills if possible. Now, over here, on my way home, I did see another building that I had not explored. So I'm kind of looking for it at the moment. Some more berries. So again, marking them on my map so I don't lose them. Or so I can find them easily when I actually want to. Because a lot of later crafting do require earlier items, just to make it so that nothing really becomes obsolete. So like when you're able to craft drinks and whatnot, berries will definitely come in handy. Potions, I believe, or drafts. I can't remember what they're called. I think berries are needed for healing potions. Hold on. Here's another, what are these? Oh, those are just marks on the map already. What do I want for this? Maybe this thing? Just mark that as Eikthyr. This is apparently another shrine to Eikthyr. I didn't see the building again. So, oh well. Head back this way, because I did see something over this direction. There's just a few fences, but usually fences mean that it's like a farm or something. Or, you know, if nothing else, this is some flat land for me to build a small shack in rather than the tiny little shed. That I built real quick just to get out of the weather and to sleep away the nights. Just mark that as a potential home. There's something I can sneak up on. I don't know how they didn't manage to see me already. Oh, this one saw me. That one hasn't, though. So, just training up my sneak skill as I gather up some more leather. Sounded like I hit him a couple times, but apparently not. Alright. That puts me at 6. I think I need 8 for a bow. I could be wrong, but I'm exploring, so I'll gather up more as I go. Now this I would consider being an island separation. Like, granted, it does look just like a river, but I would consider this kind of an edge of an island just because, well, I was going to say because it doesn't look like you can really go up the opposite shore, but maybe you can. Not that, being unable to go up on shore makes it a different island or anything like that. Just, oh, there's some neck in the water. I think they see me. Maybe not. Ah. They're in the water. I'll find an easier batch of lizards to hunt down. Because again, once you're in the water, you put your weapons and shields away, so it does make it a little difficult and annoying to fight on the shores sometimes. So, what I am noticing, though, is the land I'm starting on is potentially a decent size. So, lots of things to explore. That actually looks like I might... Let's see. Yeah, that's snow. I am going to go this way because that is a different biome. It is the mountains, or is considered a snowy mountainous area, and I am not prepared for that. As much as I would like to explore it, I know that if I encounter something in there, I will not survive. So I will stick to the meadows where it is safe for me for the moment, especially since I have no armor. And might as well head back this way to do a little more exploring. But it's kind of interesting though, like that mountainous terrain over there is on the same elevation as what I'm on at the moment. I'm just kind of keeping it off to my left. I can see it over there. I'm still fairly close, so if something from there sees me and I don't see it, it's pretty much over. But, excuse me. Also, it gets cold there. And I do not... Oh, there it is right in front. Gonna change directions. And we're gonna sneak up on these boars over here. And apparently I was wrong. Uh, you do actually recover your stamina while sneaking. Um, you just have to be standing still. Oh, didn't see this one over here. And I think this guy has spotted me. The little symbol above the other board means that it hears something and is on the verge of spotting me. Or possibly has spotted me and I don't know. Okay, there we are. Grab the mushrooms. And that should be enough leather for me to, oh, hello. For me to make a bow. So, let me once again head home and do so. Just kind of keeping an eye out for things on my way, just in case there's like a house to grab some stuff from, or, you know, some loot, as it were. And then this is back in area that I know. And there's a lot of berries here, so once again, just gonna mark that there. And then we'll head over this way. Now I think this is another tree that is considered to be hardwood. I think this is oak. Yeah. Yeah, and it is too tough for this axe. I mean, realistically it isn't, but if I search this place here, on, there's a deer right there. It has spotted me. Never mind. Oh. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay, that didn't last as long as I thought. There are bees in this. Going to mark that real quick. And see about sneaking up on this guy. One last attempt before going to make a bow. There we go. Now back home we go. I will make a bow out here, or at home. Excuse me. Bow at home. And then it will be much easier to hunt things down. I think there might be a couple other things I can do as well. I have some deer meat that I think I can cook up on the fire. It is nighttime though, or approaching nighttime. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to rest for the night. And once again, I have a dream. Alright, so over here in the crafting table, a bow is going to, of course, require wood as well. Suppose I should have thought about that. So grab a bunch of this. Maybe I have some in storage. I do not. Alright, guess we'll head over here. Chop down one more tree. Wait for my stamina. Oh, that's falling toward me. Again, gotta be careful. Physics from the tree can do damage, as you can see. Like, that falling tree, or the tree I chopped down, did enough damage to that tree to make it fall down. And that tree falling down did enough damage to this tree that I first chopped down to break it apart into logs, or into wood, I guess. So, always have to be careful about that. That being said, I don't believe I have ever died to a falling tree in this game. Alright, back over here, we have plenty of wood to build ourselves a bow. It looks like the fire went out overnight. So I'll just go ahead and put a couple more logs on the fire. And we'll make ourselves a bow, finally. So craft this up. There we go. Now I have a bow. I can also upgrade it once I have some leather and one deer hide, which I currently have 3. Now, I thought I only had 3 feathers. Either one of those trees hit a bird as it was falling, or every once in a while you just get some more feathers from cutting down trees. I don't know which. I just know that occasionally when taking down trees, you get feathers. So for the moment, just gonna store a bunch of this stuff in here because I noticed my inventory weight was getting up to be about, like, I think it was 180. I was carrying too many rocks, I guess. And I am carrying a bunch of food as well. That being said, I do want to cook up some more food. Now, as I was talking about earlier, you do need to pay attention to the food cooking. You need to make sure that you don't overcook it. Otherwise, bad things happen. And I will demonstrate it here in just a moment. Not with both of these, but with one of them. Oh, there we are. Just gonna grab one. Gonna leave the other one to cook longer. And eventually, it will be overcooked. Now, I kind of wish, for decoration's sake, and there we go, you could leave meat on a hook to cook. Just be decorative. And this is coal. And now I get new recipes for this. Not much, but I wanted to make sure that um, I could actually get the new recipes. You know, I know that some recipes require coal, and I'd hate to come across them and forget that I never actually got coal. So I'm just getting that checked off the list of things at the moment. So we're just going to cook up the rest of this meat real quick, and I'm going to see if I can cook up deer meat on this. I could just do it right away, but for that I'd have to put it in my inventory slot and then hit that button, and oh, it's so much more difficult. Sorry. Whereas this, it just defaults to boar meat first, maybe to deer meat next, or maybe boar meat is the only thing I can cook here. I don't know yet. Like I said, it's been like at least a half a year since I played. Probably longer. Probably like more like 8 or 9 months. Okay, I can cook deer meat here. So we're gonna cook this up. And of course, there's a thing to be said about having the raw meat around just in case I need it for a recipe of some sort. I don't think it's used for more than this. But also, at the moment, this is, well, the best food I have. So I'm just going to cook it all up, and I'll start using some of it. Like, I'll start using some of this boar meat, especially since I'm going hunting now with a bow. Which I suppose, you know, maybe I should make some arrows for the bow. I have a few. But, I don't know. 49 is not very many when you know, all things are considered. So, let's make another 40. I think. Oh, these are flint arrows. Oh, never mind then. Let me craft a few more of these then. We'll do a full stack. And then I'll leave those there. Equip those. Equip the bow. Alright. Again, we're heading back out to do some exploring and also hunting this time. But I should also eat a few things. Yeah, we'll go ahead and eat one of those as well. Because eventually, I'm going to be at the situation where I'm just gonna have too much food. Like, I won't be hunting boars because I don't need any more leather or boar meat. You know, I'll have moved on to other things. Hey, Seiken. Just doing a bit of adventuring in Valheim. Not sure if you've played the game before. It's a bit of a Nordic survival game. Oh, here's And the music has changed a little bit for some reason. Not sure why. But I think more gold, more feathers, and some amber. So just pick up some of that. And where were the bees again? My bind? Didn't I make... Oh, there it is. Looking right at it. All right, let me go get some bees now, because honey is the thing that will also be useful, and then I can remove this from the map. So honey is yet another really good food for starting out. I believe they had to make it worse just because it was so good. Alright, let's Alright, there's a little bit of a drop, and it's gone. I forgot about that. I need to get used to the bow again. Alright, so now that I have a bow, I can damage the beehive without having to worry about the bees stinging me. Now that they're gone, I can go pick up some items. So I got some honey once again. It is a stamina food. And what used to be so great about honey is that it was a regeneration food. So honey would have, I believe, a regeneration of 5 healing per tick. Now, of course, it doesn't. Ever since they did the rebalance of food, it has been a lot worse. But at the same time, oh, there we go. At the same time, I think overall food has gotten better in the game. There's more of a variety. There's more things for you to cook. There's more tiers of food. So, you know, like the food I currently have is is the lowest tier, of course, because I'm just starting out. You know, strawberries and whatnot are just raw food and don't provide as much as cooked food. And of course, I think you can eat raw boar meat. I didn't actually look, but I don't believe it provides as much as it would when cooked. But, you know, I am also noticing the time. I may have to be going here shortly. Gonna be playing some Among Us here, hopefully in about 10 to 15 minutes. So actually, let me take a quick look, see how that's going. Alright, they are starting to get together, but not very many people in the lobby quite yet, so I still have a little bit of time. So I'll do a little bit more of it, more exploring. I do see the snow over there again. So it seems like that is considered a mountainous area. Even, oops, hello boar. that was close. It seems like this is, once again, a very elevated area for some reason. Maybe it was supposed to be a mountain, but didn't quite qualify because it's a starting zone. So I don't know. I heard a deer somewhere. But, oh, there it is. It's running off. Hey, kitty. Just playing a little Valheim before going over to Among Us tonight. It looks like it might be starting soon, so I might be wrapping it up here fairly quickly. Oh, I am slow on the draw. Yep. And this is why I don't play shooter games. But I also know that it is partly because my skill in the bow is not great at the moment. Which is why I am trying to get better at it. I probably should have saved that. Oh well. So, this is something I'm going to mark as well. I'm going to mark it as a boar pin because it looks like this may have been sectioned off to be a pin for something, and I would like to get boars being raised when I can. That way I don't have to spend so much time hunting. But this also looks like it is kind of an abandoned, I don't know quite, village. But, maybe a farm. There are definitely several boars here. So, and just because there are boars here now doesn't necessarily mean there will be later, but they kind of have places where they would spawn normally. So I'm just going to mark that in the hopes that they will spawn and I will be able to get myself a pin for it. And actually, before I run away from that, just run into a tree for a few seconds. Let me see how flat the land is over here. So this is actually fairly flat. Like, I could probably flatten out that area down there for a place to live. So let me also just kind of mark this as a potential site too. Do that. Alright, so darkness is falling. Let me go ahead and head home. And I'll check again to see if everyone has gathered. If not, I'm going to play for a little bit longer, probably until one of them stops in and says, hey, why aren't I here? That sort of thing. So, yeah. Give me just one moment. asleep for the night, I will check again. Or I won't, because I have no control over my mouse. Alright, I feel rested. Let me have a look over here. I've got 3 in the lobby so far. You guys are going to have more than that for me to join you. I am still keeping an eye on it though, so, you know, do keep that in mind. I do consider that I want to play some Among Us tonight. So don't count me out. Alright, this is like 2 trees growing right next to each other. I think I'm going to leave that alone for the moment, because, well, no. I can make use of the wood. I was going to think I just didn't need that much wood for what I'm doing, but, you know, I can put the rest in storage. And in fact, that's what it was going to be for, is to make more storage. Alright, so another thing I want to make is, well, let me bring this up, if I possibly can, is a beehive. And once I'm within the circle of the workbench, I will be able to make one. So, right there we go. And now, as the time progresses, they will make honey for me. And I will then be able to use that for food, or for mead, or a few other things, I think. Where's that other tree? Before I forget about it. Don't want this tree sitting around. Could hurt. And I might be leaving a bunch of stumps lying around too. That's gonna happen. Alright. More lumber. And I'm gonna make some more storage. Sorry, I'm hitting different buttons for different games. There we go. Now, right, that's how that worked. Holding that button down allows me to automatically store things in it. Let me see here. 6 leather, 3 deer hide. Is that enough to make something? Oh, I could make a shield, couldn't I? For resin. Shield will be handy. So let's just grab that real quick. Make a shield. And we can style it however we want. Just craft that up. And upgrade it. There we go. Although I probably should have upgraded the bow. Oh well. That's fine. That's fine. Do that, and we'll put a few more of these things in storage. So these trophies, deer trophies, I believe are what I need for summoning Eikthyr. So, I will want to. Oh, there is Hugin just standing out here. I've crafted a shield. The shield allows you to block incoming damage. If your timing is perfect, the enemy may also be parried. Be careful though, if you block too many hits, you'll become staggered. The amount of damage you can block before becoming staggered depends on your maximum health. So if you plan on taking a lot of damage, you should eat food that increases your health. Heavier shields will block more damage, but will also slow you down. And that's kind of a change that they did just because I believe you had people that were just eating all stamina food and no hit point food, because with a shield they could pretty much block all the damage that they would take and never have to worry about taking any damage. Let me check how things are going. Still 3 of you. Alright. Still continuing on. Sorry. Alright, let me eat another round of this stuff. And get the bow equipped again. We'll go back out hunting, mainly for deer. But for anything else that we may come across as well, like neck, I still haven't gotten any of them. So there's some stuff that I could craft with their meat as well. Oh, there's just a couple more buildings just right out of sight. Oh. Now that one didn't see me. However, I missed it. Got it. Alright, that was a couple of deer hide. The other one should be returning soon. I think it ran off that way, and I think that's a boar right there. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye out. There's another boar over on that side. Something has spotted me. And with this guy now, I can do that. And he'll be staggered and I can crit. Now, as for skill training, I don't know if I'm going to be doing much of that. Oh, missed it. I don't know how much skill training I'm going to be doing outside of streaming. Probably not very much, as much as I would like to. So we'll see. But I also don't want to... Oh, this is returned already? I'm a bad shot with this, let me tell you. I didn't think it would return so quickly. There it is, running around back there. It's coming back, so it'll stop running. Did, but my stamina was draining and I couldn't see it. So, of course, it starts moving again as I try to shoot it. can shoot pretty far. So, you know, if I happen to see it, I could probably shoot it. Like that. Alright, now we'll switch to melee for the boards. That way I can practice it by blocking. Now, the other thing is, for training out blocking, you don't need to perfectly block. As long as you just block it normally, do get experience. I believe you do get more experience for blocking perfectly, but not enough to make it as the only way to block. I should have blocked it first. Oh well. Alright, how much do I have? 7. That will let me do a little bit of an upgrade. Actually, hold on just a moment. Okay. Looks like everyone's getting together at this point, so I think I am going to head over to home and call it there for the night. In just a few minutes afterwards, though, I'll be starting the stream up again and playing some Modded Among Us. So stick around for that if you want. And just take care of this guy real quick. Head home. And that way I'll be in a safe place for when I start up again next week. Alright, here we are. Hope y'all enjoyed it for tonight. Sundays are a little short for the mainstream. But again, stick around. I'll be starting up Among Us here in a few minutes. And yeah, I guess I will talk to y'all in a few minutes. Have a good night.